Hello everyone, welcome back to Game Break Studios. This is Carl Hartley with another episode of So Scary No Sweary with Call of Cthulhu. The swear jar's getting kind of full. I'm going to have to behave myself a little better if I'm going to not spend my entire allowance on charity this month. Or this game. So we're going to load our game up. Oh shit, what are we doing? Where and what are we doing? Is it this one? Oh my god. It would have to be Chapter 5, but god, yes. Pierce and Officer Bradley follow the intruder to the secret meeting place of a cult set in New York. Jesus! That's one. In a network of underground caves right under the Hawkins Manor, they witnessed a strange ceremony led by a Charles Hawkins, very much alive. Bradley tried to arrest him, but Hawkins, whose body displayed various mutations, disemboweled the police officer. As he tried to escape from him, Pierce found himself prisoner of Rockfall. Rushed to the Riverside Institute, he is in a critical state. I feel like I already did this one. But we shall see. There's always the pause button. There's always a week in between recording sessions. I usually do 2 episodes in one sit, so I can only have to record this for 6 months, for a whole year. But that's too much inside baseball. I want to try and cover a lot of games, so you got to split stuff up, you know. If I'm in the hospital, we're going to have to do some work and figure this out. Or I didn't go down far enough to a load game. We'll see. We gotta get to the Shady Hawkins dance and deal with our cop. Okay, no, well, I've done this. Okay, so at least
This is insane. What killed him?
Okay, so maybe it just didn't. That is gonna be a steam come out. Okay, that's gonna happen either way. Did I not? Right.
Damn! The gas!
Alright.
Oh. My head.
Later. We need to move on.
That's right. Okay. This seems about right. Okay, sweet. So this is Chapter 6. Pierce woke up in an asylum installed in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. He met Dr. Colden, a female friend of Bradley, who helped him to escape. Wandering, I think I did that same fucking two swears. Wandering through the corridors of this place where Dr. Fuller reigned supreme, Pierce was able to talk to a man called Francis Sanders. Before dying in full view of the detective, he accused Sadie Hawkins of being the cause of his torments. Pierce finally left the accursed building, accompanied by Bradley and Colden. The companions in misfortune decided to use the Hawkins mansion as a hideout, though everyone knows that is where you were, and that is where the other bad people were. Oh, hi, friend. Pretty Cthulhu.
Who goes there?
Who goes there? Cthulhu's there.
I need a drink.
Tell me about it, bud. I've only been up since 3:30. Wait, who's accusing? Oh, they're having a little chit chat. They're having a little fireside downstairs. Don't have one without me. Why? Man, it shows a very strange place to have a snooze.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce.
Kinda.
How do you feel?
Whoa, happy dress.
Did I sleep long?
The day's only starting. It's fine.
You had a real weird floopy dress there for a second, lady.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are
Bradley,
you alright?
I saw your
You
guts
look
come
like
out.
you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Well, you see, it all started when I was a child. Oh, I don't have enough of that. I'm going to talk to Bradley first, because I have questions for you, bud. Oh, I don't have the medicine for it?
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business.
Neither are these dialogue trees, as it turns out. Alright.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand.
Heavy air quotes
Mr. Hawkins
with
was
surviving.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's
Yeah.
possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
I mean, this one.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
Then you blew it, bud.
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
Oh, man.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel.
I don't.
Man, you've been
Let's talk about something
prestiged,
else.
bud. Your other body's in a jar somewhere. And can we talk about the upper level of curtains in your library here? Y'all might want to see to those. I'm just saying.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was.
Watch the dress.
I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I
Whoa.
can explain it.
She's having, like...
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
Ah! Your dress is freaking me out, girl. Like, no kidding.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
It's like she's holding
Sarah
pee in.
Hawkins.
Like she's had to pee since
I
this
missed something
morning.
here.
But
This makes
is
no
afraid
sense.
of the bathroom because
I
of,
don't see how it can help crack
you
the
know,
Hawkins
octopus
case.
demons. So she's just
You
holding
really
it.
think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs.
I mean,
Hawkins
seriously, just
before
watch
dying.
it. She's got the pee squirms.
It's no
I'm not really paying
coincidence.
any attention to what they're
You know,
saying.
Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to
Yeah,
his
she's
wife,
got the pee squirms
Irene
like bad.
Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
To tell
truth may
Sanders or
be
to
biased.
not tell Sanders?
We don't
I'm
know the bottom of
eyeballing that really bad Irish whiskey on that desk over there, though. Stay prudent.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
Yeah, let's not hurt people
That seems wise.
without
indeed.
reason.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, thanks. I'll try not to. Are we gonna chat again? Because you have a dialogue tree that looks like a brooch.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
Heard. Alright, how
The
about
other
you?
night's events are still confused in my head.
Boy, y'all a bunch of help. Can I get a drink? Oh, fuck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, no, that's $3 so far. We're having a drink, bud. You know, just put the whiskey there and not expect me to drink. He's had a really hard day, man. Let the boy have it. Can I have another one? Fuck yeah, man. Oh my gosh, it's $3. I really need to have more sleep between, or less sleep between me and recording my first episode of the day. It's $3 in one episode. Oh, I need to get on Fiverr and have somebody help me with like a, or if anyone watching has an idea for how I can have a, I'd have to do it in post, but like a counter, a tracker for how many swears I've had. All right, so we've got some stuff happening here. Pierce, I have 3 character points available to me. I think spot hidden. I need 5. Do I have anything that I can open with 3? I need 6. That I can only do. That's fully done. We're gonna just keep the spot hidden going. So I only need 2 more of those. Do you want to quit? No. Okay, so I have to validate you. Yes, validation is always key. So the ritual, and what is this other one? The death of Francis Sanders. The weirdness of Francis Sanders' death. Yeah, I'm shaking. Okay. I think I read that in the last one. If not, y'all pause it and read it for yourselves. So, Pierce, what else we got for you, bud? That's it. Dark Water. Yeah, this one was weird. Age 47. Francis blindfolded Sanders dead. Yeah, he's dead as a dog poop. He was an art dealer. Francis Sanders knew Sadie Hawkins so well that he accused her of being the source of his suffering. The man gouged his eyes out with his own hands and smeared the walls of his cell with esoteric symbols with his poop. He seemed to be obsessed with the shambler linked to Sarah Hawkins. He died before my eyes in circumstances that I cannot explain. Or you choose not to explain. Then we have the 52-year-old Dr. Fuller, Riverside senior physician. Dr. Fuller reigns as the undisputed master of the Riverside Institute and of its cellars, in which he carries out illegal experiments on his patients. I don't know what he has done to me, but I shouldn't be back on my feet so soon after my fall when the tunnels under the Hawkins mansion caved in. This man is dangerous, and I'd swear that he knows more about all this business than he's willing to tell. Yeah, there's a bunch of just no-do-gooders places. The cellars of the Riverside Institute. Strictly speaking, I didn't spend much time in the hospital. When I woke up, I was immediately transferred into the cellar of the Institute, a sort of clandestine asylum, where Dr. Fuller carried out his experiments on patients without being troubled. Unknown machines sit beside anatomical drawings that are disturbing, to say the least. I just managed to escape from this place. I might not have as much luck another time. Are you planning on going back another time, it would appear? Clues. What sort of clues do we have? Chapter 5 clues. In the padded cell. In the cellars of the Riverside Institute, in one of the cells of the asylum, the same symbol written in black chalk and repeated over and over again on the padded walls does make one think. It represents a 5-pointed star within its center, what it could be a twig, a branch, or a feather. A few cryptic phrases accompany the drawings, but they do not seem to have a logical meaning. There is mention of a portal, and a painting. Finally, the patient's file, which fell when the guards tried to take him out, reveals that he received a visit from Sarah Hawkins. That's a little convoluted mess, isn't it? Knowledge. What kind of knowledge of beer? I have more knowledge of Moby Dick than anything else. Okay, good. Well, let's all head on out, have a drink down at the tavern, talk to Sanders' widow, leave out the details about eyeball gouging and writing on the wall with poop. The only time that's ever been beautiful is in, that one movie about the Irish, the IRA. Hunger. P.S. Gold and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders?
About your husband's eyeballs.
Let's talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may.
No, come back. Game over.
However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Oh, Jaunty Pants told
Look
her.
who's here.
Yep. Not surprised.
You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another.
Did we?
The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I'm a detective.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's
This
better
is
that it's
my
you bumping
island.
into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, Since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Jeez, she said your name like a fourth Irene.
This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable.
I will. Do you have any
It
scotch?
seems that you have much to tell me.
It seems like you have horrible taste in art. Do you have any medical books I can
May
steal?
inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her.
She's got a case
That's
of
all
the
he talked
twitchins,
about.
too.
Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack?
What the heck is wrong with you?
What happened?
Okay. Well, if the doc had the pea shivers, you look like you need, like, your daily dose of the monkey. You are all kinds of...
He started.
Oh, jeez. Well, you know, I guess I'm
screaming
just
that
gonna...
a dimensional shambler had found him.
I thought we weren't gonna...
See that story again.
I thought we weren't gonna go into this
I'm
detail with
interned.
them. I guess it's fine.
That was when he began to convulse and twist with pain. Or terror. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, you're rubbing your arm like you want to put a needle in it, lady.
I'm not really sure of what I saw. Or what I didn't see.
Are your eyes
But it's
drifting?
best that you weren't there.
I should have been there. What you're telling me is outrageous. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
I feel like I should... I'll be fine if you need to get up and go take a poo or something, because you just do not look comfortable. Hold to test eloquence. I share your grief, sure.
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do
don't
with it.
feel like he's a very
I was
eloquent.
injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
He do
Luck
miracles.
is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect.
I'd be grateful if you
And
just
then
get
leave.
the hell out of my house, please. Oh, I will unlock
Did
this.
your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Yeah.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself,
No.
if you feel so inclined.
No.
It is my only lead at this stage.
We're going to look at more
suppose I have nothing to
mediocre
lose.
paintings.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Oh, that's it? Okay, so I'm going to go to... Can we have another... No, I guess not. We're just going to watch you twitch. What do we have here?
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear madam, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. At the moment of his internment, you signed a discharge, allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you, Thomas Fuller. Well, that's a sad day. What do you have here?
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Shambler Sanders. Photograph of Sarah Hawkins next to the Sanders Shambler. The Sanders Shambler. They must... Shim sim salabim. They must be close. Yep. I've got... Whoa. Let's do it. Let us go all frosty. Now, see if I remember Piano Man.
A house of artists.
Well, they own a piano. you don't know whether or not they play.
A house of artists.
Yeah, well, a house with a piano. We'll go with that.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
You get that from a teacup? Examined the chamber. Alright, so...
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
Didn't want to spread the demon ship to another person? I don't know. What else we got in here? Dude guesses a lot. Okay, here it is.
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
His imminent doom? Look at that painting. It's horrible. Just horrible.
She didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated.
You can tell by the look on her face.
Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
No. There's no jealousy here. Oh, man. Oh, boy!
The Shambler. I need to see it.
Well, you got... Oh, that painting. That one's a scary one. So, are we going... You coming... No, you're not coming with. So... The heck, lady. Did I... Right, how do I change? There we go. Alright, well, I guess I'll just be on my way then, and you all enjoy yourselves.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Whoa, I thought you were being dirty there for a second. I have a cylinder for your phonograph, bud. Is this the Shambler? No, you're just looking at something else. Hey, let's talk.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Another painting by Sadie
Another
Hawkins.
painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
So, like I said,
What a surprise.
all the horrors
I'm
he found on
listening.
this island.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me.
Man, that sounds like a
And I'm
crap
far more
job.
pleasant. Wouldn't you say?
Sure. I mean, bye. Let me go look at this box. Do I have the strength to open a box? Maybe, maybe not.
An old diary.
Ooh. This volume spends some time on Reverend Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe. We're gonna get in here.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Dear Francis, I beg you to give up all hope of ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning for you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, dear friend, to forget the Shambler, your friend Sadie Hawkins. Very kind of her. How kind of you to let me come. I'm gonna get in your found it. Dissertation on anatomical question. It is the work of a student in book form, although it's probably... Give me more medicos. Give me that medicine, baby. Alright, so that's irritating. Laudanum?
I could use one of those.
Yeah. Finally, sleeping pills in the Sanders house. Were they prescribed to Francis Sanders or to Irene? Or to everyone? Ooh.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
You're an Amerindian pendant. An ancient amulet, probably Amerindian. I wonder what I wonder what its purpose could be. Self-censorship is hard. Occultism got a little progress, though.
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my
Don't
shoulder.
sweetheart me. Would you read the book? Read the book. It affected my destiny. Oh, look at all that fun and goopy. It is a kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Is it the Necronomicon? Schmicky schmuck schmooky. That was almost a sweary pants. Alright, we're going to take a little dip into my... Alright, what we got? Oh, I do have 2 character points left. So, we are 5 for 5, baby. I'm going to save that. What do we have for sanity? I'm also a Malleus Bestiarium. Oh! Pierce read an ancient treatise, the Malleus Bestiarium. It's like a bestiary. Makes an inventory of numerous creatures from the occult world of parallel dimensions. The very nature of its knowledge makes it an unholy book. By reading it, Pierce lost some of his sanity. Let's not go totally cuckoo nuts bunker pants, but I will by the end of this, I guarantee. Oh, her, yep, she has no job. It's clear that she holds Sarah Hawkins responsible for the death of their husband. What I don't understand about Iron Sanders is this mix of sadness and insensitivity. It looks like she had given up on her husband long before his horrid death in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. The occult, we got some good stuff here. Dimensional Shambler looks like the old Stranger Things dude. The Dimensional Shambler comes from a dark and inhospitable dimension, where the rarity of food sources keeps it in a state of permanent starvation. This is why he's so angry all the time. This is why it is in a constant state of readiness to travel to other dimensions in order to feed on its inhabitants. Make sure you never weaken the veils of your dimension, otherwise you risk attracting this very dangerous creature. Should this happen, you just have to lay eyes upon it for its being to anchor itself in your dimension and to allow it to grip you open with. So it is a Demogorgon, essentially. Extract taken from the Malleus Bestiarius. To Sarah. Oh, you know, that's the first one. And then that's the Bestidio. We got the photo with the thing. And man, it's snowing up a storm out there. At the Sanders, cross-checking the information given by Francis Sanders and his widow, it is possible to reconstruct the events that led to the internment of Sanders. Everything points to Sanders and Sarah Hawkins being close, linked at least by the interest the collector showed in the artist's work, but more probably by a certain friendship, attested to by the repeated refusals of Sarah Hawkins to sell the painting called The Shambler. Against all expectations, she finally gave it away for free. The feelings still shown by Irene Sanders towards Sarah Hawkins are evidently derived from what she considers to be the artist's responsibility. Madness struck Sanders a short while after he gained possession of the painting. And then the letter that we already read. What else do we pick? The key to something. Oh, the key in the film. Film container or something like that. The key of the Sanders Gallery. Holy smokes. And that's the journal, and the anatomy thing, the amulet, the laudanum. Alright, we're getting in here now. I'm so glad that I had the strength to open the little box where the key was. For crying out loud. Okay, so. Oh, we get right into here. What's in here? Oh, we gonna hide? Okay, let's get out. Get up to that. So that tells me there's going to be some oddness happening.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
You are just a Mary Sue of information, aren't you? That's why he's such a good detective. I think that's the term for someone that has the ability with everything. Or Molly Sue, Mary Sue, Susie Q. Doctor Who. Doctor Who's a Mary Sue.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
This is kind of impressive, actually. This would be bonkers, man. This is like the Wayne Manor in the original Batman. Well, the original, by original, I mean Michael Keaton, Tim Burton. He must have been king of the Wicker people. Who's this guy? It's Japanese. How he knows from Japan. Because it bought in Japan. Anything else to discover here? Yeah, I'm not getting any cluey bits. Oh, hello. A little bit of Earl for my... Okay, there's another hiding cabinet there. Okay, so the light's probably going to be going out on Broadway. Just a bunch of oil for my... That's just... Yeah, man. Yeah. Not good. That painting's going all kinds of Ghostbusters 2 on you, bud. Don't look at the Demogorgon. Keep hold of your sanity, brother. Don't look at me, fool. Close your eyes. Don't look at it. Oh, he knows you're there. We're gonna get a jump scare. Don't move. Cal, jeez.
What the hell was that?
Okay. I'm hiding. That's what it wanted me to do. I'm gonna lose my sanity in here, though. Do I come out? I ain't gonna have to. Nope, nope, nope. Hard no. Hard no. Hard no. Oh, poop. Oh man, that's frightening. Well, he's right there. Now what do I do? Oh, crap. Crappy dupes. I'm just gonna pass out in here while you are dinking around out there, bud. I don't know what to do. Yep, about to panic myself into an early grave here. Can you please leave the room? Thank you. And out. Man, I wish I didn't have my headphones in. Oh no.
I can't even touch it.
Well, that's a sad day. Shoot! Closet! What am I supposed to do? Don't do it! Don't you do it! I'm gonna need your Demogorgoness to get out of here. Alright, are you got no? Alright, enough peekaboo. Oh, come on, man. Okay. Now let's pretend like you're gone. What the heck am I supposed to do with this dude? Can't get you. Now, is this gonna... Okay, I gotta at least try to burn you out. No, okay. You know, I had to try it, because nothing else is happening. Alright. Yeah, the sounds in my headphones are giving me just a little bit of the Willens. Yes, skip it.
What the hell was that?
Well, it wasn't a good day. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna wanna hide. Okay. Hiding in a closet. I've got myself... There him be. There him be. Is he gone? Oh my goodness. Oh! Oh! He wasn't gone. He so wasn't gone. I'll get used to him by the time I'm done with this. Okay, I'm gonna consult my diary and see if there's anything that I can glean. Okay. Okay. No. There's this dude. Oh, for fart's sake. Back in the closet to hide from the shambler. I feel like he's still here, though, in this room. Can I use anything? He's not here.
Damn. Did it hit? Maybe.
Probably.
I can use this dagger.
Shoot. Can't use it very well, apparently, but at least I've got a little something here. So now there's a dagger. I've gotten myself a little bit more information.
What the hell was that?
I've got fuel. Boy, I wish that he was just a little bit faster. Okay, we learned a... Okay, I don't hear him. Doesn't mean he's not there. No, he's right there. Just in time for me to not have enough sanity left. Am I gonna have to sneak up behind this dude? Like, let him go and then, like, stab him with this thing? That seems bad. You gonna peep back around? Alright.
Maybe I can use this dagger.
Alright, I'm gonna need you to pat past. That doesn't do jack padoodly doo. Alright, pausing at... After consulting YouTube. Yep. I'm not proud of it, but I don't want to spend too much time on something this silly. So they smack this one.
Damn. Did it hear that?
Is it this one? Nope. It's this one. Oh, fart.
This dagger looks different.
Go, bud. Go, bud. Go, 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 bud. Go, 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 bud. Go, 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 bud. Yes! Get it! YouTube is your friend. I would have spent forever trying to figure out what dagger and attacking him. It would have been an hour. Don't look at the painting. What's happening to you, bud?
What's the matter with you?
I had a bad pee.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective.
Yep.
At this rate,
Very
you're right.
clearly losing it.
The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
No. You know, I'm just gonna keep that to myself.
Nothing. I think I just drank too much.
That goes without saying.
Oh,
If you
man.
can't tell the difference between reality and fiction, then you're in real trouble.
Yeah, man.
I ran, screamed, broke a pane of glass. You were in the next room and you didn't hear a thing.
If I hadn't heard a thing, I'd still be in the other room.
All right,
The
lady.
door was blocked. I got in as soon as I could. I like to look after my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater.
Yeah, I have to
He'll
bring
tell
him
you all about
flowers,
it.
though.
From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
Okay.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
Dang, Irene. This house is weird. I'm out of here. Y'all got weird paintings. Y'all got weird dresses. The Nameless Bookstore. The Shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah. More than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the Nameless Bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. We are now in the Nameless Bookstore. Well, let's do another chapter in this episode, shall we? The Nameless Bookstore. Doesn't seem to be... Hello, Algernon? Question about a dagger for ya. Algernon? Oh, man.
Where's the bookseller? Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams.
Ooh, this
It's the
practical...
work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
This practical work, written by Sigmund Freud for a psychologist... What? This practical work, written by Sigmund Freud for a psychologist, describes the techniques of analytical interpretation of dreams. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. Well, I got some medicine. Let's use your Bernie Burn. Okay, so. Hello, Algernon. Question for you.
An old diary.
The pastor declared himself to be the prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to this voice in his head because it holds the truth. curious. Any booze in your... No. Okay. Well. We can only hope. Mm-hmm. Scump of a carpenter. Hello? In the 19th century, as the American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the waters surrounding Darkwater. This phenomenon appears even more mysterious because, up till then, the region was a favored refuge for cetaceans. In 1847, after months of pursuit, Scylla returns to port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew asserts that the sea monster had eaten all the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast on the whaling ship. Their history's silly. Their history is silly. There was a big... It ate all the whales, guys. Alright. Well, those seem to be curious little jarns.
What happened here?
Oh, I guess we're gonna reconstruct it.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from?
Well, it's pretty obvious to me.
Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Yeah, it's like not a professional. That is very wise. I should have medical now.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Just all thumbs, this one. Nothing there. Well, we're gonna go around the office then. Oh my goodness. Well,
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene?
a not thief, a person
What
trying to...
killed all these animals?
Wait, what? Oh. Gross. Those are huge. Those are like scarabs. Ugh. That's gross stuff.
What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his
Elder
work?
sign.
What the... Charles Hawkins?
How are you putting this all together, bud?
Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
What are you putting in there? Man, you
Sarah
keep getting...
Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
Did I get knocked on my butt? Why is it like you're in an animus? That is so weird.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Alright.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Jeez, Drake. A page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she's still in this world. The following messages is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If, by chance, a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its content into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that is I hope that I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor suffer your act. Oh my god! So I need 3. I have 2 cylinders to get into here. So it's going to be the combination of. Okay. All right. So I don't have that information yet. There's nothing in there.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
It would appear so, bud.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
So, sold for 2053. This key that bears the Elder Sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch, whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones, were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to Cairo. Oh my god, no one proofread any of this. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to Cairo. No one proofread this. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Okie dokes. Very, very neat and tidy. Yay! Dissection! More anatomy.
A strange amulet.
Ooh.
I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
A strange amulet. The pendant is in the shape of a large dog. I don't know what it represents. I might find out more by searching the bookstore. I want you to use your thing that doesn't use fuel. Thank you. It just burns your delicate fingers. Okay, so I don't know the... Oh, wanted me to consult my diary. Whoops. How many do I have now? 2? Eloquence, strength. Sure. We're gonna save that. Yes. Yeah, we going crazy slowly here, bud. Meeting the Shambler is not good for my sanity. Yeah, the Nameless Bookstore, the Sanders residence. Yeah, it's a private gallery. So there's going to be more of these things. There's a Dagger of the Ancients, the Shambler painting, and the Hound. I'll probably read through that later. I have that thing. And Drake's Memoirs. Okay, so I have everything that I need, kind of, to get...
Arkham editions? Never heard of him.
Yeah, it's like Arkham, the whole, Cthulhu. A collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends written by Albert Wilmarth, professor of Miskatonic University. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
All of them.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Yes. Europe is fair.
Arkham Editions.
Oh my goodness.
Never heard of him.
You just saw 2 of them. So you've heard of them now. Jackass.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Okay, I have all of the cylinders now. And I did not YouTubeize that one either. That was just blind luck. Alright, so let's check out our cylinders. Alright. Whispers in the dark here, people. I don't care for it. So under inventory. Alright, what we have? Cylinder 1. 10342, 10342, 10342. Cylinder meant to be listened to by using a phonograph. I found it in the Nameless Bookstore. The message, although obscure, might contain important information. 1, 2, 3. One zero three four two. was 10342. That's in gold molded record. Okay. How about this one? That one's 3. Nothing. Huh. Now, do you have a phonograph, bud? I feel like there's a phonograph somewhere. I feel like I saw one. Did I not? Was I imagining it? Was that somewhere else? Wait, what?
Things are not looking good.
Oh. Nice observation. There we go.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Okay.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers.
Okay, so chessboard.
I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Okay.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me.
So, books,
Volume 9,
chessboard.
Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay. What was the first? So, Arkham, what was
And
this?
these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail
Okay.
does not protect me from its attractions,
It's the
Henry.
Grail.
And I do confess it.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
The goblet seems to be very ancient. It seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious stones. The rubies have our makeup. Well, it's a goblet. Sure. So the first one was the goblet. Does it have any...
I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
And then the chessboard.
The Queen has little protection.
And then the volumes. Which is volume 9.
What did Drake say about this collection?
So I need volume 9.
Drake talked about a particular volume.
Yeah, it's volume 9.
So these are the volumes that
That's
Drake was...
8.
What did Drake say about this
I
collection?
need volume 9.
Drake talked about a particular... So these are the volumes that Drake... What did Drake say about this collection?
Are those all of them? Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. lady.
Drake talked about a
That's
particular
6.
volume. So these are the volumes
That's
that Drake
8.
was talking about. What did Drake say about
That's
this collection?
4.
Drake talked about a
That's
particular
9.
volume.
Volume 9, which is this. E.P. Derby. Published in 1908. Oh, that doesn't help me out at all. This is volume 9.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Derby was only 18 years old. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on the collection. Derby was only 18 years old. Derby was only 18 years old, 1908. 9. I don't know, man. This is silly.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
Yeah, okay. And then we have the chessboard.
Queen has little protection.
Alright, listen. I looked at 9. I looked at volume 9. Good. More. Am I okay? Let's look in our books here. Yeah, I've listened to them. I didn't pick up any of the things though. Oh my gosh, that's really just irritating, isn't it? Oh, stop it! Okay. Well, I was looking at volume 9, which is this one.
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume.
Yeah, it was 9. I'm gonna go listen to it again, I guess. I don't know.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
So 9.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
It's the how many pieces are still standing.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed.
So how many red?
In divine gold.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red. I need to write this down. I'm not gonna remember. So there's 6. Oh, there's a pen. Oh my goodness. It's probably not gonna be that hard to remember, but sometimes when it's early in the morning. So there's 6 red drops. And that's the 9th volume, and how many pieces are standing on the chessboard?
To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions.
The Queen.
And I do confess it.
We only have
to know its secret.
3 standing. And the chessboard was first. Second. 639, is that right? Oh, get off the ground.
And these red drops, like precious stones,
yeah.
lie fixed.
6.
Set in divine gold. I finally understood that
3,
we were only
9.
pieces
639.
on the chessboard of the gods.
Let's see.
Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse
6.
to be the playthings of destiny.
No. I want to activate this one. Three. Nine. Or is it 4? Because the queen counts. Stop. That's a 9. Oh, for it's a volume 9.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
So that's 1 red, 2 red, 3 red, 4 red, 5 red. It's 5 red, not 6, and 4. 5, 4, 9. Five, 3, 9. There we go. There's some combination thereof. Oh, excuse me. Yes, it's Sauron. Oh, man. It's like you're in a weird sort of Cthulhu cerebro. Chapter 8, Riverside Institute. We're going to get into this bit of business next time. Thank you all so much for joining me here on this episode of Call of Cthulhu with So Scary No Sweary. For Game Break Studios, I'm Carl Hartley, and I'll see you all in the next episode.